Now we will divide rational expressions. So always remember that if you are dividing fractions, what we're going to do first is to get the reciprocal of the divisor. The divisor is the second term in the given. So for example here, I have here 39a squared over 5b. This is the divisor. So what am I going to do is to reciprocate these two. When I reciprocate, so you just copy this. So 13a squared over 20b squared. Then reciprocating these two, the numerator will be the denominator. I'm sorry, a squared. And the denominator will be your numerator. After reciprocating the divisor, we proceed to multiplication. So the rules in multiplying rational expressions will be applied now. Okay, so here, let us look at the numerical coefficients. So as you can see, 13 and 39 can be eliminated by dividing both by 13 because 13 is their GCF. 13 divided by 13 is 1, so no need to write 1. 39 divided by 13 is 3. For 5 and 20, I can divide both by 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1, so no need to write 1. 20 divided by 5 is 4. Then look at the variables. So try to eliminate those that are the same. So as you can see, a squared here and a squared here, they are the same actually. So they are eliminated and nothing is left. Okay, now for b, I have here b to the first and b squared. So what am I going to do is to subtract the exponents 2 and 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1, or b to the first. So I will put b to the first here, or b, since 2 is bigger than 1. So for your final answer, as you can see in the numerator, nothing is left. So you put 1. For the denominator, you have 4b, 3. So you have to multiply these 2. 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. Then you put b. So this is your final answer. Okay, so let's have the next example. If you are given binomials, so let us have x plus 2 all over x squared minus 2x divided by x squared minus 4 all over 2x plus 4. So before applying any factoring method, you have to reciprocate the divisor. Okay, so since this is your divisor, this will be reciprocated. So copy this one. So x plus 2 all over x squared minus 2x. Then the numerator here will be your denominator. So x squared minus 4. And then your denominator here will be your numerator. So 2x plus 4. After reciprocating, you proceed to multiplication. So here, let us now apply the factoring methods. In your numerator, this is not factorable, so stay as is. For your denominator here, this is factorable since you have a common factor here, which is x. So I can apply CMF in this part. Same goes here. I can have a common factor, which is 2 later, so I can have CMF here. On this part, I have here difference of 2 squares, so dots. So after identifying the factoring methods to be used, let us now factor out each polynomial. So no factoring method here, so just copy x plus 2. Applying CMF here, the common factor is x to the first, since x here is lesser than 2, or the exponent of 2. Okay, so if I divide x squared by x, this means x times x, and this means x. So cancelled out, you will be left with x. Or you just simply subtract the exponents, x to the first, or simply x. So that will be x here, then minus 2x divided by x. So 2x divided by x canceled out x, so you're left with 2, so you put 2 here. Now, let's have on this part. So again, applying CMF, 2x and 4, the common factor is 2. If I divide 2x by 2, you will be left with x. So put x here, then plus. For 4, you divide 4 by the GCF, so 4 divided by 2, that is 2. So you put 2 here. All over, using dots, you must have pairs of parentheses with plus and minus. Okay, now, we get the square root of x squared, which is x, so you put x here. Then square root of 4 is 2. So after applying all the factoring methods is the time that we should eliminate. So let's start with x plus 2 here. So if I choose this one to be eliminated, do not forget to write pairs of parentheses, okay? So x plus 2, x plus 2. So nothing is common. Okay, so for your final answer, we have here 2 multiplied by x plus 2. For the denominator, you are left with x, x minus 2, and x minus 2. So you just write those. Okay, so if your teacher asks you to simplify your final answer, you distribute these 2, then you multiply everything in the denominator. So for me, this is already your final answer. Okay, next, let us have binomials. Same with multiplication, okay? But you have to reciprocate first. So x squared minus 8x plus 15 all over x squared minus 5x plus 6 divided by x squared minus 7x plus 10 all over x squared minus 4x plus 4. So before anything else, we reciprocate the divisor. So our divisor is the second fraction. So you will reciprocate this 2. So here you copy x squared minus 8x plus 15 all over x squared minus 5x plus 6. Then reciprocate this 2. So your numerator here will be your denominator. And then your denominator here in the given will be your numerator. So after reciprocating, we now proceed with multiplication. So before canceling everything, we have to factor them out. So we have to consider the factoring method to be used. Let us start here. So since they are all trinomials, we choose between PST and GT. So look at your last term. So your last term here is not a perfect square, so we apply GT. 6 is not a perfect square, so again, GT. 4 is a perfect square, so this is PST. 10 is not a perfect square, so we use GT. So we already have the factoring methods. Let us now factor each polynomial. Okay, so let me write this first. So applying GT here, we get the factors of x squared. So we have x and x. Since your last term is positive and your middle term is negative, we take this sign. Now, what will be the factors of 15 that when added, we have 8? So that will be negative 5 and negative 3. If you multiply negative 5 and negative 3, that will be positive 15. If you add these two, you'll have negative 8. For the second denominator, using GT, again, we get the factors of x squared. So we have x. Since your last term, again, is positive, you take the sign of the middle term. So they're both negative. So you look for factors of positive 6 that when added, you will have negative 5. So that will be negative 2 and negative 3. So why is that? Negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. If you add this 2, you'll have negative 5. Now, let us have this one, PST. So when we have PST or perfect square trinomials, we should have twins, okay? So in getting the factors of this, we use the symbol in the middle term. So we have here minus. Then get the square root of x squared. So x. Get the square root of the last term, 2. So as you can see, if you multiply this 2, you'll have positive 4. If you add this 2, you'll have negative 4. Okay, now, let's have the factors for the last polynomial. So using GT, we have here, your last term is positive, so you take the sign of the middle term. If your last term is negative, you use plus and then minus, okay? So let's have the factors of x squared. We have x and x. Factors of 10, positive 10, that when added, you will have negative 7. So that will be negative 2 and negative 5. If you multiply negative 2 by negative 5, we'll have positive 10. If you will add negative 2 and negative 5, we'll have negative 7. So since we already have the factors, let us now eliminate those that are the same. So I have here x minus 5 in the numerator and x minus 5 in the denominator. X minus 3 here and another one here. X minus 2, then x minus 2. X minus 2, then x minus 2. So since I don't have anything left, your final answer is 1.